Take a trip to Eurasia and meet the Rasputin's greatest and most deadly weapon, the Winter Soldier. Oh, but this is not the Winter Soldier that we all know. This is a different beast entirely. This is the Ultimate Wolverine. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop into the pages of Ultimate Wolverine issue number 1 and find out together, shall we? So then as we hop into the book, we are somewhere in the contested airspace between Eurasia and Latveria. Again, remember, in this new Ultimate Universe, countries technically don't exist anymore. A group of soldiers working for the Eurasian Triad, which is of course Colossus, Magik, and Omega Red, are being sent on a special night mission. They're not alone, they are aided by their supreme leader's supreme mutant weapon, a mysterious figure known only as the Winter Soldier. One who, despite his stoic nature, can totally hear these guys talking about him. Apparently there are all sorts of rumors flying around about how the Winter Soldier came to be. How the Rasputins pulled him out of some godforsaken North American Union battlefield because he was just so damn unkillable. No doubt because of his own rare mutant ability. Again, Eurasia is actually one of the few places in this brand new Maker universe where mutants were actually allowed to live. Granted, the Rasputin twins didn't do this out of the kindness of their own heart, as they were more than happy to exploit mutant kind for their own selfish gain. The Winter Wolverine ends up getting himself dropped in behind enemy lines. Apparently there is a group called the Opposition, actively working to try and undermine the Rasputin's authority and free mutants. Wolverine makes short work of the rank-and-file goons, and we get a pretty solid look at the brand new costume. I like the interplay between the red and the black. I like that the X is very much implied on his chest. I like the dehumanizing face mask as well as the little red accents on the suit's legs. Now, it seems that the leaders of the Opposition in this area are none other than two very familiar faces, Raven Darkholme aka Mystique, as well as Father Kirk Wagner. In a surprising twist, the man who would be Nightcrawler actually recognizes Wolverine even after everything that's happened to him, but Wolverine clearly does not remember himself, and well, there's a good reason for that. It would seem that after the Eurasian Triad captured Logan on that godforsaken battlefield so many years ago, they went to work on him right away. They imprisoned him, tortured him, brainwashed him, maybe with the help of another psychic mutant who we don't actually see in this issue, but who is implied, before deciding to go all the way with cutting-edge skeletal enhancements. They don't actually mention adamantium in this issue for what it's worth. Also, why the name Winter Soldier? Well, that was kind of an in-joke for the scientists at Directive X, because this test subject died and returned over and over again like the cycles of the seasons. Now, Mystique tries valiantly to put up a fight against Winter Wolverine here, even taking the form of Colossus, one of the Winter Soldier's own masters. Of course, that doesn't work. The man formerly known as Logan, he did have his brain tampered with as well, might be a mindless killing machine, but that doesn't mean he's stupid. He can see right through the deception and ends up cutting through Mystique like a hot knife through butter, her Gatling gun doing very little to deter him, and yeah, they actually kill Ultimate Mystique here in her debut appearance. Man, you know, that really does feel like throwing down the gauntlet, saying everything you think you know about the Ultimate Universe and the X-Men's place in it, yeah, you don't know anything. The very savage Wolverine sets his sights on Nightcrawler, who has been spending the whole of this issue reciting the very famous passage from the Bible I'm sure you know. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Kurt also desperately tries to reach through to Wolverine to appeal to the man inside there that was once his friend. Though again, it's made very sadly and abundantly clear that they know more about Logan than he actually knows about himself. With his back against the wall, Father Kurt ends up grabbing an assault rifle and actually does manage to keep Wolverine on the ropes for a little bit at least, before eventually getting himself snicked. And yeah, if you can believe it, that's also the end of Ultimate Nightcrawler as well. Wow man, these X-Men characters are dropping like flies all over the damn place. For what it's worth though, apparently the Eurasian military spared absolutely no expense getting Wolverine ready for this mission, subjecting him to a ton of Clockwork Orange-style mental conditioning so he would be in a good rage to go and attack the members of the Opposition who escaped from a Berlin prison facility, wherein, get this, the military brass was trying to turn them to serving the Rasputin Twins Triad as well. well. Which obviously none of that worked, and as such plan B was to send in the Winter Soldier to go completely scorched earth on them. The mission is a success, but it's very clear that what Father Kurt said to the Winter Soldier during that battle really managed to pierce his armor, and that whatever Directorate X had done to Logan might very well not be nearly as ironclad as they had hoped. And it's on that note right there the comic comes to a close, everybody. And so that was Ultimate Wolverine issue number 1, and overall I thought this issue was pretty good. Though honestly maybe not as great as I had hoped. Honestly, comparing it to all the other new Ultimate Marvel books on the shelf right now that all have these big, multi-layered concepts or completely fresh and exciting takes on old characters, this one honestly kind of plays it safe and delivers a pretty straightforward Wolverine story. Now that's not a bad thing. And this is only issue 1, meaning there's plenty of opportunity for them to flip the script on us. Also too, I feel that a lot of the really good lore implications and backstory are actually in the little special prelude story from a couple months back, mainly because that one goes into a lot of greater detail about how the Eurasian Triad have been profiting off mutant suffering, etc, etc. Again, you get a little taste of it in this story, but I would have liked some more. Beyond that, the art is really good, the fight choreography is solid, super violent and super visceral, everything you would want from a Wolverine story. And yeah, I had a pretty good time with this one, and I'll definitely be coming back for issue 2. Overall, I would give this one a 7 out of 10. It's a little thin and straightforward, especially when we contrast and compare it to the other Ultimate Marvels right now, but there's a lot of room to grow. And I will be interested to see how this story connects with everything else going on in the much bigger story of the Maker's return and everything that's going on in the Ultimate X-Men book. Hey there everyone, it's your pal Cape Joel again, and if you're seeing my face right now, that means you watched to the end of the video, and I'll always be grateful for that. Retention helps in this crazy YouTube game, and so does becoming a patron. If you head on down to the description, you can find a link to my Patreon page. Recently just redid all the tiers, a lot of cool stuff offering up there, exclusive commentaries, exclusive polls, behind the scenes concept art for Capes and Quest, that's the brand new D&D show I've started soon. Never been a better time to become a patron. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month and help the channel grow and, help me continue to deliver content like what you just saw. So I want to thank you all, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.